I've heard a lot of people say, do what other people aren't willing to do, and that's what makes you successful. And that is very, very true. It doesn't matter if you're trying to put together one of those massive Lego sets or you're trying to uh, expand your circle of knowledge and learn to make incomes in ways outside of your traditional means, like being an entrepreneur. I've said it before, if you want to be a cook and you love cooking food, then opening a restaurant isn't for you because you're going to spend very little time cooking food. You're going to be managing a restaurant. You're going to be managing employees. You're going to be ordering ingredients and doing marketing and handling. That's what owning a restaurant is. And unless you put people in all of those positions, and then that still is a great manager, right? You still have to manage the overall systems and processes. You have to put those things in place, but people don't want to take time to make the systems and processes so that they can have someone doing the front end management, the back end management, or back of house, as they call it. You got to be able to make it so that other people can operate the way that you would want it operated. That's what being a good manager, a good owner, a good CEO is all about. It's not just sitting at the top and dictating everything that's happening. It's getting involved and seeing the process through and then putting together documents that state, hey, this is what you do in this situation. This is what you do in this situation. And then also figuring out if people are the right fit for the tasks that you've given them. Because a lot of times we like people and we want them to be successful. And they've stated that they want to do a certain role or a certain aspect of the business. They want to be a line cook, but they're absolutely horrible at being a line cook. Well, maybe they would be a great bartender. Maybe they would be a great, front of house manager. Maybe maybe the restaurant business isn't for them. But keeping them in a position and trying to curtail things and fit things to make it so that someone you like fits into a role that you want for them and that they want for themselves isn't benefiting anybody. The hardest part of being a CEO, a entrepreneur, or even a good friend is being willing to tell someone, hey, maybe what we've been working on and working towards isn't right. And figuring out early how to part ways. The problem is someone, and usually both parties, make a lot of excuses, make a lot of decisions that aren't necessarily great for the business or for the friendship, and they keep moving to a point where it becomes volatile, and that's not necessary. I think the best thing that you can do in business is just be honest and open with all parties involved and be blessed and bless others. Later.